All right, and now we move to the main event of the evening in the UFC's featherweight division between Josh Emmett, the former featherweight title challenger, taking on the number 9 ranked Ilia Topuria. Topuria versus Emmett, man. This is a big test for Topuria, and Topuria is a huge favorite, minus 340, minus 350. I don't think that's right. I think the highest you should have Topuria as a favorite is like a minus 190, minus 200. But I understand why there's a lot of love coming in on the side of Topuria. But if you look at Topuria's last fight against Bryce Mitchell, I believe he was like a plus 110 underdog. And I cashed pretty big that night. I won like 12, 13 units in bets on that card, and the main anchor of a lot of my picks was Topuria because I knew he was the better fighter compared to Bryce Mitchell. Josh Emmett and Topuria, both guys have knockout power. I would say the bigger one-hitter quitter knockout ability is Josh Emmett. I would say the better wrestling and takedowns is going to come from the side of Emmett. I would say the more explosive striker is Josh Emmett, but I would say the more technical fighter overall, the better use of fakes and feints, the better use of range management, distance control, lateral movement, angles is going to be Ilia Topuria. He's the much sharper, more methodical fighter. I would say Topuria is more methodical. Emmett is more explosive and reliant on those big knockout punches. Emmett does have good wrestling, but I don't think he's really going to be able to take down Topuria. And even if he is, I don't think Emmett's going to resort to the wrestling in this fight. He might resort to the over-unders in the clinch and maybe try to strike off the break with elbows, uppercuts, overhands, and things like that. But I think if anybody uses the wrestling from an offensive perspective and actually tries to go for takedowns, I think it's going to be Topuria just to throw off Josh Emmett. He might shoot some takedowns. He might go in the over-under position in the clinch, hit a lateral drop takedown like he did against Yusuf Salal. He's got good throws, good judo tosses, good oshigatis, I think they're called, good lateral drop takedowns, good takedown defense in his own right. But I think that Ilia Topuria is the much more well-rounded fighter when it comes to mixed martial arts, and I think he's much more technical and sharper in the striking game than Josh Emmett. I don't really see either fighter using a ton of kicks. I think that if anything, Topuria might use some low kicks, but he mainly likes to box, but he uses that lead hand, kind of moves it around in a motion. He lives up to his nickname in the Matador because he's trying to lull you in. He's using that head movement, kind of slip off the center, right hand, left hook to the body, left hook up top, slip back, slip off the center line, come over the top of your jab with the right hand with the pull counter, slip, right hand, left hook to the body, right hand, left hook, overhand right like he knocked out Jai Herbert with. But we have seen Ilia Topuria get hurt even before he finished Bryce Mitchell. Mitchell was landing some decent strikes on him, and he was kind of just moving, circling away in one particular, direction. If he circles in one direction and kind of gets lazy against Emmett will crack him with a big left hook. Emmett will crack him with a big overhand right. And Emmett definitely has the possibility to catch Ilia Topuria with a big shot and knock him out. If you think that Emmett can't knock out Topuria, then I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know why you're breaking down fights, because even though I think Ilia Topuria is the much better fighter, even though I think he's much more well-rounded, Emmett wins these fights against guys who are supposed to be a lot better, a lot more well-rounded, a lot better fighters, a lot more technical. And you know why he wins it? Because of his power and his explosiveness. I mean, just look at the fight against Shane Burgos. I think there are some similarities between Burgos and Topuria. Look at the fight with Josh Emmett and Shane Burgos. Burgos was out-striking Emmett every single round, but he caught him with a switch stance, straight left hand, a switch jab that dropped him, an overhand right that dropped Shane Burgos, an overhand left switching to southpaw, switch jab, overhand right, feint, switch southpaw, overhand left. I mean, he was catching him on weird angles with these shots and dropping him, and he won that fight pretty much on one leg. But he's not a guy who's going to win rounds. He's not a guy who's really going to win off volume, and putting combinations together, even though that is something that I think Emmett has gotten better at, is putting combinations together, putting things together, finding ways to land the big shots and eventually landing on your chin and dropping you, knocking you out, or hurting you. Even in the fight that he lost to Yair Rodriguez, he did hurt him at one point and drop him. He wobbled him, hurt him, and then was able to get in the top position on the floor and try to land some ground and pound, but Yair was too explosive off of his back. A lot of people are going to think, well, he lost to Yair Rodriguez, Topuria is going to walk right through him. I do think Topuria wins this fight, but I also think you have to take into consideration that Yair is the best kicker in the division, and Yair is much more of a kicker to the body, to the head, switch kicks, spinning kicks, round kicks, two-touch roundhouse with the lead leg to the rear leg. He's a much more kick-heavy fighter than Topuria ever has been or ever will be. Topuria is going to engage in the boxing. He is going to engage in the slip counters, in the pull counters, pull back, right uppercut, left hook, double jab, overhand right, jab, left hook, right hand, 1-2 down the center. And he will exchange in the area where Josh Emmett has the most success, which is his boxing. But we have seen Emmett get dropped before. We have seen him get rocked. We have seen him get hurt. He had some trouble against one of the best boxers in the division in Kelvin Kattar. That was a fight I thought Kattar definitely won, 3-2, but they gave it to Josh Emmett. It was a close fight, though, and Emmett definitely landed the more impactful shots. But we have seen Emmett get hurt. We have seen him get caught. And I think going up against Topuria, I think Emmett's live here. Like I said, I don't think the odds are right at all because I think Emmett has that one-hitter quitter ability where, you know, we saw in the Jai Herbert fight, he was getting hurt with straight right hands, 1-2s, a lead head kick, a right hand into a pullback lead head kick that dropped Topuria as he tried to throw a hook. Like, we've seen him get hurt. We've seen him get rocked. But I think there's a big difference between between Jai Herbert and Josh Emmett because, you know, the reach advantage, the length, the distance, that's not something that Josh Emmett's going to have in this fight. But what he will have is the power and the explosiveness. But Topuria is probably, or in my opinion, he is the sharper, more technical fighter. He has better counters. He doesn't wind up as much as Emmett, so he should be able to catch him in between the power shots. But if Emmett catches Topuria on the chin with a big power shot, a big left hook, a big overhand right, a switch stance overhand left, that switch jab that he caught Burgos with, he can knock out Ilia Topuria. Like, he is live in this fight, but I do think Topuria is the much better fighter. Like, I think he will pick him apart on the feet. I think he's going to attack the body of Emmett, so Emmett might look to, you know, level change feint to an uppercut. I think we're going to see Emmett try to land some uppercuts and knees because he's going to expect Topuria to work the body shots with the left hook to the body, right uppercut, you know, knees, jab to the body, right hand up top to the head. But we will see Emmett try to go with uppercuts, overhands, switch jabs, and things like that. If he employs the wrestling, I think he might have some success, but Topuria's takedown defense and get-up game is very good. And even though he got taken down by Mitchell at the end of the first round, you know, his takedown defense until that point was very good. And I think this is close, but I am going to side with Topuria. You know, I've always been a big proponent of Topuria. I was heavy on him going into the Bryce Mitchell fight, but I do think he has the weapons and the power to hurt Josh Emmett. But I don't think it's going to start off with shots to the head. I think he's going to hurt him starting off with shots to the body. I think we're going to see Topuria slip, come back with a left hook to the body, a left hook up top to the head, double jab up top to the head, a right straight to the body, jab, right uppercut to the body, left hook, 1-2, left hook to the body, feint the cross, get the outside angle, left hook to the body, left hook up top to the head. I think we're going to see a lot of body work, potentially front kicks to the body, knees to the body as Emmett tries to close the distance, breaking off the clinch with elbows. But eventually, I think Topuria will find that range. He will get more comfortable, and he will be able to outstrike Josh Emmett and land, you know, the straight, more clean punches, the cleaner, straighter punches, more technical punches over the wide looping, powerful shots, or in between the wide looping, powerful shots of Emmett. But I think it's going to be the body work that really sets up the knockout blow up top. I think he's going to hurt him with a left hook to the body and then land a big right hand on Emmett and knock him out cold. But Emmett is live, but I am going to go with Topuria. So give me the number 9 ranked Ilia El Matador Topuria to defeat Josh Emmett via... do I go second, third? It's a 5-round fight. I'm going to go with a 3rd round knockout. He's going to hurt him with that left hook to the body, come up top with a right hand. I think it could be similar to the way he knocked out Jai Herbert up against the cage with the right hand, left hook to the body, following up with another right hook. I think he will hurt him to the body and then explode with that right hand and knock out Josh Emmett. So give me Ilia El Matador Topuria to improve to 14-0 and win this fight via a 3rd round knockout, moving himself one step closer to title contention and handing Josh Emmett back-to-back losses. So Ilia Topuria, 3rd round knockout over Josh Emmett, starting off with the body shots and working up top to the head.